Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Yep, first cab off the rank. We're back on deck, and guess what we're doing? Yep, another boring injector job. But we've got some different information. Firstly, a quick reminder. See these plates? Right, from kaon.com.au. You can get them off eBay. We don't buy, sell, or install these. So you need to get on eBay and buy yourself one of these, because they're a fancy, nice thing to have on your keyring. I'm not saying to install it because I'm not sure of the legalities of it, right? But you certainly want to have one on your keyring. It can be handy to use as a bottle opener. It can flip the lids off and stuff like that. So if you're going to come and see us at the Prado Hospital, any of the Prado hospitals, getting injectors, EGR cleans, whatever the case may be, we want to see you with one of these on your keyring. Or you might even want to install it yourself. It's up to you. You know, you might be using it for off-road use only, whatever they say. Now, I'm not saying it is illegal. I believe it's a good thing because the EGR system still works, but it reduces the flow a little bit. So it's a good balance that the EGR system still works, but it reduces it enough that your intake stays clean as long as you've got that no catch can. Now, it depends what state and what country you're in, you know, whether it's legal or not. And I'm not the lawyer and I'm not going to go into the fine print, but don't bother coming to a Prado hospital without one of these. That's the plate with the 7mm hole. Because, you know, we just want to see one of these on your keyring, or it doesn't need to be on your keyring, you might have it somewhere, but the point is, you know, it really solves the problem, but it might not be allowed to solve the problem. So as I said, we don't buy, sell, or install them. You need to, it doesn't come with the injector kit, it doesn't come, you know, so you really need to, you know, this guy, see, he's just left it lying around, you know what I mean? I think he's planning on putting it in himself or something afterwards, or some people put it in themselves before. Anyway, we'll talk about it when we see you. You know, bada boom, bada bing, you know how it is. And let's see, this one has actually had the injectors replaced before. So it'll be interesting to see the dates on them based compared to the original, you know, the date of the vehicle, the date of the injectors and all that sort of thing, to see if they were actually replaced. Because the client tells me he believes they've been replaced. I look at the pipes and I go, they look fairly original. So whoever did it, I don't think they changed the pipes, if they change the injectors. But it'll be very interesting to see. It wouldn't be the first time someone was told their injectors were replaced where they weren't, right? You know, wink wink, who watches the videos, all the videos to the end? You got to go digging through and watch all those videos to the end so you don't miss out. Got to tell you this, right? It's like, I keep saying, it's just one more piece of the million-piece jigsaw puzzle. Could you imagine trying to get the jigsaw going if you haven't got all the pieces? Like, you just can't even get started. So it's really important you watch all the videos to the end. You can start with the old ones if you like, or the newest ones, or just go back about a year, work your way forward, and then go back 2 years, work your way forward. There's a lot of people asking questions. A lot of people get on our Facebook groups and pages and all that sort of thing, and they're asking questions. It's like, mate, they're either new or they don't watch videos, right? So I understand that, but you really, I'm telling you now, if you want to get to know your vehicle and have the full detailed training on this engine and be really smart when it comes to automotive, you need to just watch and really listen and put up with the waffling and whatever you want to call it. That's what education is, you know. Were you the student at school that went, oh, the teacher talks too much, you're trying to teach me stuff, you know? Well, you know, if that's you, see you later. But if you're the one that listen because you want to learn and you want to listen to the wise people and the people with experience, the people that, you know, if you think I sort of think the right, and you go, mate, this guy, you know, he's, you know, mate, subscribe, turn the bell and don't miss it. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now. I've given you that little message. We're back on deck. Now, here's another little message. You've got July and August safely to get some work done on your vehicles at our Prado hospitals or workshop partners, that sort of thing. And then in Victoria, at least on the west side, the school holidays, we're closed all school holidays. Sometimes we take an extra week or two. That's why I'm saying July and August now, 2022, is your best months to get your parts kits, whether it's the injector kit for the 1KZ, the 1KD, whether it's the BFE kit for the 1KZ, the 1KD, Prados and Hiluxes, whether it's those front wheel bearings, whether it, you know, whatever it is, the Dobinson suspension. We'll quickly run through it again. Mondays is injector kit day, right? In the morning, from early as possible, around from 7:30 a.m. You can text me early as you like. I'm not going to see it or hear it. The phone's on silent, you know, do not disturb overnight. So I'm going to check it when I get round to it, around about 7:30, 8 o'clock. You're going to get a response. And if you've watched the videos and you know what you want, you're going to get a response with an order to pay for it. Then you pay for it, and then bada bing. The order they get paid for is the order they get packed and sent. Now, if we have a massive Monday, it could push into later in the week also, but I can't be answering inquiries in the afternoon, as it all must happen in the morning, please, right? Because then I'm flat out trying to get those kits sorted and into packages out to you. Tuesday is Dobinson suspension day, so again in the morning, please. If I'm flat out with injectors from the day before, there could be some delays. Feel free to remind me. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not caring. It's just I can only do what I can do, and that's the situation I'm in at the moment. Okay, and then Wednesday BFE kit, so Proto, Hiluxes, whatever you've got, the BFE kit, the big front engine, right? That's, you know, your timing belt kit, your drive belt, idler, bearing, water pump, all that sort of thing. It's in the videos. Check the playlist, right? And then Thursday is your front wheel bearings, where it's the Proto, the Hilux front wheel bearing assemblies, and that's about it. That's all we do, because I'm flat wrapped out at that, and then getting this work done on the vehicles. We've got the assistant here taking a smoko break at the moment, because I'm talking about this plate, because, you know, it's an important thing to know about, and a lot of people, you don't know what it is. Check our playlist, EGR, exhaust gas recirculation. Check out the playlist, get yourself one of those before you book in, okay? Yeah, on that subject, let's have a look at this, right? This one's not too bad. This is one of the better ones, right? But let me explain to you what EGR is in case you missed it and you haven't got to that playlist yet, right? Does that look like a volcano or what? Okay, exhaust gas recirculation. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Yes or no? Put it in the comments. Is EGR a good idea? And then we'll see who stuck around for more than 4 minutes, right? Because we're at about 5 or 6 minutes, I think, right? There it is, EGR. That's your dirty, rotten EGR. Now, exactly what it says, exhaust gas recirculation. I'm going to be brief. I've explained it before. This is where your air goes in, right? From your intercooler, nice, cold, clean, filtered air. And then there's an EGR cooler underneath because it's really hot exhaust gases, which is what they wanted, but maybe it's a bit too much, so they try and cool it down. And that's where the dirty, dry, abrasive, carbon, soot exhaust gases go. Now, naturally, the cleaner your engine's running, you know, new fresh injectors, clean air filters, clean sensors and everything, the cleaner it's all going to run. The longer you leave your injectors, the more of this soot you're going to get, and it's going to, you know, combine problem. That's why this one's probably pretty clean, because at some stage they reckon the injectors were replaced. So were they or not? Well, we don't know. We'll maybe let you know later in the video. It could be another video, not this one. So that's why you subscribe, turn the bell on. But as you can see, you know the exhaust, it's got the soot in it. We talked about that. You know that. You've seen the black stuff blowing out tailpipes for 30 or 40 years or longer if you've been around longer, right? They're getting better, they're getting cleaner, it's all good, but it's still there. And if you have exhaust gas recirculation, you're putting exhaust gases into the intake of the engine. It's going back to the engine unfiltered. So we've got an air filter there to stop dust and everything. Do you think this is better or worse than dust, or about the same? Exactly. So dumb idea, right? Now it's up to you if you want to go to a tuner and get it switched off completely. I mean, it's there to protect you from cancer, heart attack and stroke, because that's what this stuff causes, okay? It's a toxin, it's bad for you, don't touch it. Another tip, anybody doing their own EGR clean, we've got a big long video, it goes for nearly 2 hours. Heaps of people watching, they go do their EGR clean, they take this section off, clean it all out, that's awesome. A lot of people put that plate in. That's up to them, right? Like I said, you got to make your own judgment on that one. We like to give advice from our experience based on what we think's best, and having the intake, this is a good one. This isn't caked up. Sometimes they get really caked up, and having an engine caked up like that and having an engine fed that crud isn't good for it. And building a new engine or a new car, or people having to get new cars sooner rather than later, that causes problems with the environment as well, doesn't it, right? So building cars, there's not zero cost to building vehicles, right? So you've got to work that out. All the details in the EGR playlist if you want more information to help you work it out, whether you want a volcano or not. You should, that's the first time you've seen that, yeah, you should be horrified. Have a good look at that. Right, anyway, I reckon that's a video. I don't know what else we're going to fit in here. This is another EGR video. There you go. We'll call it You'll Be Horrified with This EGR. Right, well, you know, this one is a good one. So that should horrify you when you see a bad one. So, some people wanted to look at it from the other end. So that's what we're doing. You can see that silver bit, that's where the valve moves up and down. It opens up, right? It lifts up and opens. And you can see at this end where it's all clean, right? Alloy color, and you can see where the exhaust, all that disgusting exhaust gases come in at that valve, and from there backwards, you get a little bit blowing this way as well. Obviously, when you back off, your turbo pressure, everything comes backwards a little bit. That's why it's this way a little bit. What an absolute mess. Anyway, hope you like that. I reckon that's a video. So like I said, subscribe, turn the bell on, learn more about your vehicle so you can look after it. In these times, you want to save money more than ever before, because we've got record inflation, cost of things. It's just ridiculous. Stay tuned and see what happens with that. Thanks for watching. See ya.